Hello, in this video today we're going to try to fix up this Morphy Speed Steam Pro, and it's heating up absolutely fine. I can feel a load of heat coming from it, but there's no steam coming out of it, and it doesn't matter what I set it to down here, whether it's a little bit of steam, medium or max, there's still no steam coming out. But I can hear, it sounds like a relay clicking when I press it. I can definitely hear something clicking when I press this button here. So I think the button itself is working. Not sure if that's coming across in the camera. But for some reason the steam's not getting through. And we have plenty of water in the front. So if you have a look here, the water's up to about this level here. So it's got nothing to do with lack of water. So let's take it apart and see if we can get this iron steaming again. Right, I've turned it off here and I've unplugged it. I'm going to let it cool down and then I'm going to bring it in and I'm going to take it apart in the kitchen because there's a tiled floor. That way then, if any water comes out, it's not going to damage the carpet. The appliance is unplugged. I'm going to take out the water from here and put it to one side. I'm going to take this off here and we have a load of screws underneath. I'll show you them when they come out. But we have a screw in here, here and here. We've got one up here as well. So let's undo all of them and this little one here. Hopefully it will come apart. These two are the awkward ones. So I've got a long thin screwdriver here and I'm using a little stubby one for this screw here. Those two look to be the same. Now with these ones here, they're really hard to locate. Now everything is a Phillips screw. I'm actually using a flathead screwdriver because I just find it easier to take them out. But every one of them are a crosshead. But with this one here, even though this will reach up here, because it's quite big down here, I can't actually locate the screw properly. It's like the screw is slightly off center. There we go, I'm in it now. So it seems to be more to the kind of left-hand side of the hole when you're looking at it from underneath like this with the leads at the back. And same with this one here. Right, those screws don't want to come out either. Let's see if this now lifts off. Yes, it does. Be careful because there's a connector at the back here. So I'm just going to poke the screws through. Oh, this one here is broken. The actual post is broken. That's through and that's through. Let's see if they're the same. Now they do look slightly different. So the two at the back keep separate from the middle two. Right, okay, so we have access to this now. Now looking at this here, I know that this side is the descaling chamber and this side here is where you put your fresh water. So if we look at it there, you can see that this here is this pipe and this pipe goes to this solenoid here. So I don't think that that solenoid is anything to do with the steaming. I think this solenoid is the one to do with the descaling. So I'm wondering whether it's this solenoid here that's gone, because this one here is going to be the one to do with, let's move that out of the way. This one here is going to be the one that's dealing with the actual steaming. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a picture. I can see the red wire goes to the top and there's two blue wires going to the bottom. I'm going to take a picture of that and then we're going to test this here to see if it's, to see if the coil inside with the multimeter, see if we have resistance there. Everything is still very warm because it has been on. I'm just taking a picture so I know how to put it back together. So these are often common failure points on these steam generating irons. So I'm going to take off these little connectors now. I can't just pull them off because they have a little, they'll have a little bit that you need to push in order to take them off. It's like a little locking tab. So I'm just going to get some long nose pliers and I'm just going to gently squeeze here and see if that will take it off. There we go. So where I was squeezing was just here. Like that. There's a little tab there that just locks them into place because there's a little hole here that they lock into. And I'm going to do the same on this one here. I'm going to squeeze here. There you go. and you can see that comes off now. So we're going to get our multimeter, we're going to go across these 2 points here in resistance mode to see if the coil is intact. So you want to put your meter to ohms. You can see that little symbol there, that's the ohms symbol. And we're just going to go across, doesn't matter which way round. We're going to go across here and here. And there you go, you can see that that coil's completely open. So there is no coil there. We should have a resistance. If we touch the leads together, you will see that we have a resistance there. It's 0.6 of an ohm, yeah? So in here, there's a coil, and that's what activates the solenoid to allow the steam. So if you imagine like a plunger, and the steam can't come up because the plunger is like this, is blocking up the hole. And then when the plunger opens, the steam can rush through, yeah? So it's like blocking it up, then it opens and the steam rushes through. And you need to energize the coil in order to move that plunger, and it's not doing that. It's a little solenoid valve. So you can see there, that's not doing anything. That's the reason this is not steaming. So when I'm pressing the button, I presume the relay in it, in the circuit board, is actually working, and it's sending the signal up to here, but it's not doing anything. So this here has failed. So I need a new one of these. Now, let me just test this one here to see if this is working, then you'll see what it should look like. I've already taken a picture, so I know how to put these back on. We should have a resistance here. Now, if I go across here and here, can you see now we have a resistance? Yeah, we've got 1050 ohms. So I know that this coil here is working. But there's nothing here. Doesn't matter which way round we go, it's the same thing. So I'm going to take this out. We need to buy a new one of them. I won't be able to fix that. So I need to get access to this nut here. So I'm going to try to unhook this. I can see that there's a screw here. So I'm just going to undo the screw here, and hopefully that will lift this up. There we go, moves it out of the way, and it gives me access now to undo this. So we need to go lefty loosey. So I'm going counterclockwise, see if this will undo it. If not, I'll have to get a proper spanner. No, I'm gonna have to get a proper spanner for that. Just gonna see if mole grips will work, because otherwise I've got to empty out some of the garage to find my proper spanner. There we go. There we go, that is what we need there. So this has failed. So I'm going to go online and I'm going to type in JYZ-3, and then we can see if all of this is the same. So AC 230 volts, it's 50 Hertz, it's 9 to 12 amps, and then we can make sure that all of this is the same as well. Can you see here 160 degrees? TA 140, so I can compare. Hopefully if I type in that, it will bring up the same one as this, and then I don't care if it comes with the valve. I'm just going to be taking this part off and reusing this bit. Right, have a look here. You can get them from AliExpress for as little as £8.91. The problem is my wife needs this iron now, and I don't want to have to wait a week or two for this to arrive. So I've actually gone for the Amazon one. It's £21.40. I get free delivery because I'm Prime, and it's going to arrive by 1 o'clock tomorrow. So it means I can have this iron fixed very quickly. It's the next day and the Amazon package has arrived. So let's get the coil off the valve and we can put it in the iron. Right, I've been comparing the markings and they're all the same. It's JYZ-3 on both of them. But annoyingly, the marking at the very bottom is different, and I don't know if that's going to make a difference or not. Let me zoom in to show you. So this is the one that was on there, and this is the new one here. So if you look at these two, you can see that they're all the same, apart from this bottom one. And this one says P equals 0.1 to 8 bar, while this one says P equals 0.02 to 1 MPa. So I don't actually know what that means, but I'm going to put in the new one and see if it works. Maybe it will fail quicker, not too sure. There we go, so that's the part that I'm going to be changing. So we're going to be putting it on the same way as the other one, which is this way round. Right, so it doesn't fit. This end bit doesn't fit. Oh, what a shame. This bit here is too small. So it shows you that not every JYZ-3 is the same. Now the simple thing to do here is return this one to Amazon and order the correct one. Maybe these different markings at the bottom refers to the actual valve itself because they are under bar, and maybe the coils are the same, it's just the valves are different. Now I'm using the same valve as before, so I'm not too bothered about that. So I think to get this working, what I'm going to do is I'm going to drill out this kind of washer thing at the end. I've got an 11mm drill bit, so I'm just going to drill it out. But obviously it would be better for you just to order the correct one to begin with. So the most important thing in this video here is don't just go by the model number. Take measurements and make sure you are getting the one that fits your one. Obviously if I was just to replace the whole valve and this coil, it probably would be fine. I don't want to get involved in changing out the valve because it's held in with this reddish gunk, and I'm not going to have any of that to seal it properly. I want the easy option out, which is just to change the coil. So I'm going to drill out this washer bit at the end, and then the bore of this coil does appear to fit. It's just this end bit which is not fitting. So I've got an 11mm drill bit and I'm just going to drill it out. I'm doing it very softly and carefully because I don't want to ruin the core on the inside. There we go, that went through lovely and easy. Yeah, that's going to fit there now. Right, let's find out what drill bit that is. Right, it looks to be 11mm, which seems to be near enough the same as that. That might be a fraction bigger. It's probably in inches. Right, let's see now if this is going to go on okay. There we go, perfect, look at that. Right, okay, let's get the washer and the nut back on. So I'm putting the washer on with the concave side in and the curved side on the outside. So it's going to go on that way round, not that way round. It's going on that way. Right, that's on nice and tight. I'm just going to give it one more measure because I've drilled it now just in case it's damaged it. Now that's good, 2,340-ish ohms. And we're just going to pop these back on here. So they've clicked back onto place, right up the top, two blues on the bottom. Right, they're on. Now we're going to make sure that this is located just in this little hole just here. That goes in there like so. And we need to push this back here. So this must be the thing that reads whether there's water in it or not. Let's push this back here. And I'm going to do up that screw and then I need to put the pipes back in. So it's the screw with the kind of washer built into it. Now this pipe here has come loose, so I'm going to push that in there fully. That goes there, that goes down in there, and this one gets located there, like so. So not there, but there, so fully in. So the tube goes right up to the purple plastic there. Right, okay, that's it back on there, that's there. So I'm going to put that here so the heat from here will stop melting that pipe. And now we can put the top back on. If any of these come out, these are just to locate the top posts, you know, the screw posts in. So just put them back on. You can see how they're lined up here, 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 here and here. And make sure that that is fully connected there. Right, now I just have to do up all the screws again. Now doing up the screws is easier said than done because of the middle two. Now one of mine is already broken, so I don't have to worry about doing that one up because the screw post itself has snapped off. But on the other one, there's about 1 inch and a bit void before the screw goes into the channel that then screws in. So it's very easy to drop that screw in that void, and you have to shake it everywhere to try and get it out. So what I did is I put a little bit of blue tack on the tip of the screw, and that way then the screwdriver was stuck to the screw and it allowed me to put it all the way in. If you had a long magnetic screwdriver, it would work better here. And then once the screw started to bite, I was then able to take the screwdriver out with the blue tack on. It took quite a bit of fishing to actually get the blue tack to come out again, but I managed it, and that way then I didn't have to search for this missing screw going into the void. So once all the screws are done up, I'm now ready to turn it on and we can see if it's steaming again. Let's try it. Fantastic. Yes. It appears to be fixed. So yeah, hopefully you might find that you have the same issue with your one there, and if you change your part out with the correct part, then you should get more life out of your iron. So if your iron wasn't steaming and you fixed it by doing something else, not replacing this, then put it down to the comment section down below, because you're going to help other people out watching this video. But in this instance here, you've seen how to test this. Take the cables off, test it for resistance between these two bits here, and then if it's completely open, you know yours has failed like my one, and now you know to buy the proper one. Don't just go by the model number there. But that's it. It's well worth changing that out in order to get your iron working again. So yeah, overall I'm happy with it. I just wish I bought the correct part to begin with, but there we go. I'm pretty sure that will work just fine. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. Thanks for watching.